Hey everybody, welcome back to HemingwayLand.com, your source for quality, affordable land in the state of New Mexico. So, we got a new property this week. This is a little larger, both price-wise and acreage-wise than what we normally list. But in the interest of having a diverse inventory of properties, we picked this one up. I think there's a lot to like about this land, so let's get to it. Let's talk about it. All right, this is reference number GRNM2108. It is located in Grant County, New Mexico. It is roughly 16 acres, and it is priced at $35,000, so roughly $2,000 an acre. And as you can see from the headline, airport adjacent lot with both commercial and residential potential. What does that mean? Let's talk about it. All right. As with all of our listings, come down here, click on the GPS coordinates. It's going to bring the property up on a map. So this particular 16 acres is right over here. If we go to map view, you can see the property outline. This is 16 acres right here. Quick thing to note is that this property actually sits right behind the Grant County Airport. Yes, Grant County has an airport. Who knew? But it does. Now, I'll get back to that in just a second. Let's talk more about where this is in relation to other things within Grant County. So, particular property sits about 10 miles from Silver City, about 20-minute drive up the highway here through Hurley and Bayard and Santa Clara into Silver City. Of course, Silver City is the county seat of Grant County, roughly about 10,000 people living there. So anything you're going to need as far as supplies or groceries or whatnot, you could probably pick up groceries in Hurley. You could probably do some minor things like banking and go to a restaurant out there. But the big stuff you're going to be able to get in Silver City. They've got a Super Walmart out there. They've got a Walgreens, obviously they've got grocery stores, they've got hospitals out there, the GIA Medical Center, and schools and churches and whatnot. So let's get back to this. Now the property is located down here. When I originally saw this, my assumption was that you wouldn't be able to access the property because there'd be some locked gate off of this, what we're calling Jungle One-Way Road. In fact, no. If you go to the photo gallery here, you'll be able to see what this road looks like back here. It's a pretty well-maintained, dirt gravel road that leads behind the airport. As you can see here, there are power lines right across the street from the subject property. This would be the 16 acres right here, but these are the power lines. Obviously not difficult to get, a hookup over here to the subject property. And if we go through the gallery, you'll be able to get a sense of what these things look like. I should just mention this fence right here actually belongs to a neighbor. Let me go down here in the gallery and I'll show you. Get a better sense of it here. The neighbor owns the other two lots that are across the street from the subject property. These seem to be, I know he lives there, but I think it's also a mechanic shop. I think it also services the airport. That's the impression that I get. So that brings me to the next thing here about this property that's interesting to note, which is when we saw this, we called the county to ask about zoning. Now, Grant County doesn't have a formal zoning office. They don't have formal zoning designations for things. It doesn't mean that the area is without any zoning laws, but you'd have to inquire with the specific cities, throughout Grant County to see if there are any restrictions about what you can and cannot do out there. That being said, our little cursory research into the property is that it can be, basically you can use it for either residential or commercial purposes. Now, when we say commercial purposes, obviously I don't think you're going to open a Best Buy back here. But, it's in an area where you've got the airport, you've got a very large mining operation over here. So perhaps some sort of business that supports the airport, something like, like the mechanics shop back here, or maybe even, you open your own, skydiving school, or you give skydiving lessons or something like that. I don't know. I think it's a nice property as far as just having a big spot in kind of a secluded area with a lot of privacy where you can build. I don't want to call it a ranch. 16 acres I don't think would be a ranch, but I mean, you can see what the land looks like here in the photos. It's it's very nice, and you can do a lot out here. Let me go through some of the earlier part of the gallery. Obviously, it's a very nice land, and you can build out here. You can put a prefab home. You can do some kind of shipping container home. You could do something, really idiosyncratic out here, particularly anybody who wants to be left alone. Or, if you have some sort of business interest that might tie in with the airport, you could probably set something up out there, etc. Now, it's also notable. Let's just talk about the airport itself. Come back here to this. Here in the photo gallery, we have photos of what this area looks like. So this is Airport Road. This is the paved road that sits outside your property. This is Grant County Airport itself. Here are some more pictures of it. Obviously, it's a small little airport, but they actually have an airline out there that services it. This is what we have on the listing page. The neighboring Grant County Airport is a county-owned public-use airport. This airport is mostly used for private aviation, but is also served by one commercial airline, Advanced Airlines. I'll get back to that in a second. Covers 740 acres and has 4 runways, including 1 asphalt paved runway measuring roughly 7,000 feet by 100 feet. And the remaining 3 runways have dirt surfaces. Now, I mentioned, what's it called? Advanced Airlines. I mentioned Advanced Airlines. If you come back here to the listing page, you'll be able to scroll down, points of interest. We have the link to the Advanced Airlines website. You get a sense of what they do exactly, and what type of planes they fly, etc. But you can also, here on the listing page, click on the airline flight schedules, and it'll show you where this flies out of that Grant County Airport to. So it goes to Albuquerque and it goes to Phoenix. It has direct flights to both of those, and then it has connecting flights to Hawthorne, California, and to some other places. So if you have lived and worked in Albuquerque for a while, or lived and worked in Phoenix or some of the surrounding places, and you want to be far from the maddening crowd, you've acquired enough money and enough freedom at this point that you can go live wherever you want and commute to work once a week, something like that, this might be a good property for you. You're going to have easy access to the airport, easy access to flights, etc. Now, the other thing that is notable about this location is that it actually sits in very close proximity to the City of Rock State Park. So this is a state park. It's about 1 square mile, but it's got some really idiosyncratic rock formations, really picturesque, formed by some sort of volcanic something or other from millions and millions of years ago. Now, if you zoom in here, you can get a sense of, exactly what this kind of looks like out here, and what's available. If you do, however, come to our listing page, we have photos of the City of Rocks State Park, which is a lot better than my Google Maps thing. But if you click through these, you'll be able to see exactly what this is like. So you're not too far from this either. Obviously, this is very picturesque, very beautiful. Blah, blah, blah. I should also mention that up here in the points of interest, we also have a link to the City of Rocks State Park website. Go here, you can learn more about this, about what kind of potential hiking and camping opportunities you have out there, etc., as well as watch their video. I should just mention very quickly, typically we would get a drone video done on a property of this size and of this expense, but of course, because it's right next to the airport, we were not able to do that. Now, let's talk about comps. Let's talk about what 16-acre properties are going for in Grant County. So I've got land and farm pulled up here. Grant County is set up. We have 15 to 25 acre properties here, and if we sort them by cheapest, you're going to get price lowest first. You're going to get a sense of what properties are like out there. So here's 17 acres, roughly the same as what we're selling. This one's priced at $50,000. 22 acres, $50,000. 20 acres for $50,000, 20 acres for $57,000, 15 acres. Here's 15 acres for $60,000. So as with all of our properties, we are well below market value within that area. I would also tell you that the county assessor has this land valued at about $35,000 as well. So it's a good deal. That's the point. Just getting back to this for a second, just want to show you guys. So we have a realtor associated with this property. This is Coldwell Banker. If you want to purchase the property, you can go through our website. You can click the Buy Now button. We'll bring up the checkout page. You can submit the $1,000 non-refundable earnest money deposit. Or if you're a little worried about who are these weird guys on the internet who I don't know and I don't see, and how do I know they're going to follow through on things, just call our office. We'll give you the contact information for our agent, and he will sort of quarterback this through escrow. We closed on this through Western New Mexico Title Company. We would highly recommend that you close on it through a title company and choose that one as well, because they just did the property and they've got all the files fresh on their desks. Anyway, hope that was informative, guys. I really like this property, even though it's a quick video. I think that there's a lot of potential out here, and I encourage you guys to check out the photo gallery, which I only kind of touched upon briefly, because our photographer was showing off that day, and he took a lot of really nice photos of the property, etc. So it's worth reviewing. Anyway, thanks for watching, everybody. Subscribe to the channel. Click the little bell underneath the video. Find out about the latest and greatest videos when we post them, etc. Thanks for watching.